States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, as you can see, there is no Debbie. She was sick. She went home early today. Also, there's no Trish with us. Also sick, not able to be here, which means that we cannot do the code enforcement consultation with legal. That's the first thing as an executive session tonight, because we would not have a quorum anyway to vote on anything pertaining to that petition on the moratorium. So we've pushed that back for a month. Question, John?
No, I'm just
I have a question. How come we can't
No.
have a special election?
Wait.
Special.
so the attorney's not coming tonight.
Yeah, so when he called, because you were going to recuse yourself, and so this is last night, and then we don't know who will get elected, so he figured the information given may not pass to the next board. If you're out of the executive session and Lee doesn't get reelected, nobody would be here to articulate the information to the board. What's the logic behind that?
Okay. So quorum's 3, because that's what I was thinking. If that's the case, we might as well not meet at all tonight. But quorum's 3, we're assuming I would.
And you would be,
Right.
we're assuming you'd recuse yourself.
That makes sense. Okay.
Does that make sense? Okay. So we wouldn't be able to take any action on anything tonight anyway,
Right.
pertaining to that.
And if their seats we're going to be valid, they could pass the information on to the board, but who knows what will happen by April.
But given there's a lot of people that feel really strongly about this, do we want to have a meeting next week so there could be some movement on this? Because I feel like a lot of stuff in town, we talk about every month and nothing gets done.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. So what I told the attorney is, I said, are you available for April 8th, or do you recommend we hold another meeting? And he said, yeah, let me look at my calendar, I'll get back to you. And I don't know if that meant yes for the April 8th, or we should have another meeting. But if you as a board want to, I can just tell them what day you decide. It's up to you guys.
So we'll see. Don't know.
Well, I mean,
I personally don't know that I'm able to be here, but perhaps for that one thing, if we can get it.
Would that be March 18th? You're speaking of, John?
I'm just trying to get stuff
Right.
done. I have a feeling with Deb, I didn't know Debbie wasn't going to be here. I didn't know Trish wasn't going to
Well,
be
they're
here.
both sick.
So I have
Yeah.
a feeling we're not going to get anything done tonight.
Thank you, John.
Well, we can do a lot with the three of us, but we just can't do something where you're not going to be a part of it.
So, but the Dumons obviously care a lot about this issue, and I think they'd like it to get put to bed one way or another. So
I'd say we get a hold of a
Meet next
lawyer and
week.
ask when he can be here and let's pick a time.
let's meet a week from today, and I will recuse myself. But
But we
put
can't-
things off forever in this town.
Thank you, John.
But we can't have a meeting until we post it, so we'll have to go through that whole process. So we'll see, that's all. I can't make that, I can't say it'll be a week from tonight,
Okay.
okay?
Well, when do you want?
Right, but
set a target.
to John's point, if you guys do want to have a meeting, I have to be able to ask the attorney. So how does that work? Do you guys vote
And
on
we have
it?
to be able to post it and all that.
Right,
How quick does he respond back to you, to the attorney?
pretty good.
I mean, because it doesn't have to be on a Wednesday, John. I mean, it could be, we pick, whatever day it needs to be, we can pick it. You know, if it needs to be next Thursday, next Wednesday, next Tuesday.
Not
I'm
next
open.
Tuesday. That's St. Patty's Day.
Yeah.
No one will be here.
I don't have any hours in me though, so it's all good. Sorry.
Just saying.
It's whatever. I'll defer to you two, but I just like everything. I feel like we don't make decisions. We kick the can and kick the can.
Well, this was because Trish is sick. We had every intention until 3:30 this afternoon to have this tonight.
That is true.
And at 3:30, we had to make a decision, and that was a decision that was made, that I made, that we should postpone it tonight, because it makes no sense if she can't be here.
So you can't make a decision tonight to hold another meeting and get a hold
Well,
of the attorney?
I don't know the availability of the attorney. We'll see, as we said, so.
Why don't
Anyway, moving on.
Can we pick a target date? and maybe.
Sure, a week from tonight, target date,
6
okay?
o'clock.
Or a week from tomorrow night, because we need time to post it 7 days,
Where are they
correct?
at?
Perfect.
So it'd have to be a week
Thursday.
from tomorrow.
Why do you need the 7 days? This is just a regular select board meeting.
You
You
have
can
to
do 3
post a
days.
meeting for 7 days, correct?
Yes.
You can do 3 days.
Emergency with 3 days.
Yep.
I don't perceive it to be an emergency, I'm not gonna do it in 3 days.
Can you just post it, someone post it right now, and then you could do it
No.
in a week? No?
No.
Okay.
So a week from tomorrow.
A week from tomorrow will be the earliest.
Thursday.
Okay.
Stay tuned, that's all I can tell you.
Thank you.
Yep.
Also, the other executive session, I'm gonna move that to the end so that you don't have to all get up and leave having just gotten here, since the other one deals with personnel matters. And what I will do is we'll have, under administrative assistant report number 2, foreclosed property update, and whatever else you have to tell us, Ally, because I can feel.
Do we want to do the minutes first? Or?
Can if you want to. Is there something you have to say before
We
that?
have to vote the minutes, don't we?
I'll make a motion that we accept the minutes as written, unless you see something that was wrong with it.
Yeah, I was actually going to vote against the minutes, unfortunately. I just feel like they're not, they're getting better, but I asked, you know, I don't want to vote against the minutes, but I haven't had a chance, I have a lot of suggestions, and we talked about having a chance to review them. So I just, as written, I have to vote now.
So I will second your motion. All those in favor? Opposed? So,
2 to 1.
so it has to, you need 3 for it to pass, so that did not pass.
We have quorum for this meeting, though, it passes.
No, you have to have 3 that approve.
No, that's not accurate, is it?
You have a quorum.
Where are the quorum?
So I think you're right, I think it does pass, because you were.
Okay, fine, whichever.
All right, it passes then, we roll it. And then, Ally.
Okay,
Sorry, I want to try to be difficult.
okay, Ally?
So, Debbie got a realtor for the foreclosed land that you were trying to sell. And they asked me to look at it to determine if it was buildable, et cetera. I mean, based off of the acreage, it's buildable, but the realtor noticed wetland or land that's wet. I mean, I'm not a DEP scientist, I have no idea if it's actually wetland, but I went onto the state database, and that first picture you see, it has like pink and green on it. It does show that there's a little bit of wetland on it. So technically it's buildable, they would have setbacks for this. My recommendation would be to sell it, obviously, for whatever taxes are owed, whatever the fees are for the realtor. I know that the snowmobile club has been trying to find land to put up like a storage area and maybe like a hot chocolate stand, that kind of thing. And they have a bridge right on this land. So it might be worth, like, you're gonna have to put up a bid no matter what. And it would be difficult to put a residential structure, not impossible, but difficult. So, yeah, that is kind of my summary on it.
So you just said it's a buildable lot. So
Well, I'm saying it's potentially a buildable lot. So you guys can't make any more money off of it than what your taxes are owed in the real estate fees. And there's no surviving, from what the realtor can find, there's no surviving property owner, like the previous owner passed away. So, I mean, if you had like a son or daughter around, you'd want to try to sell it for maximum amount so that they can get those funds. But in this instance, it wouldn't go to anybody.
But wouldn't you typically, if you couldn't find an heir, wouldn't it be eschewed to the state as unclaimed property?
Correct.
So shouldn't we sell it for the maximum value and not just give it away?
So it's up to you. So like you as a board are gonna have to decide, because I don't think you have a land sale policy. Like I would do what's in the best interest of Clifton in this instance. So put it out to bid, see who bids on it, and then make your decision accordingly.
I think,
Whether that's for maximum amount or to help, one of your clubs, that's up to you guys. So
state law change where you actually have to list it with a realtor? You can't just do bids anymore? You can't-
Correct, that's why you have, your realtor is,
James
This
Stone.
will
yeah,
be
it should
of the
be in
Caldwell
there.
Bank.
Yes, yeah, and he was the one that questioned whether it was billable or not, and that's why they put it to me. And I wanna be super clear here, like, I can't determine based off the information I have, if it is or isn't. It appears to me like there's enough acreage and you can meet setbacks, but you could get someone from DEP out there that says 90% of it's wetland. I just don't know that.
So just my personal opinion, this is the first I've seen it, it looks like we had this information back in January 6th. So again, I wish there was better communication in this town, but just seeing it now, I think listing of
What
potentially,
information is that?
there's a information on a broker's opinion of value from January 6th.
Well, it says he examined the premises on March 3rd.
I was gonna say, I
This is
just got the call.
January 9th, broker opinion of value.
It says we have examined the premises on March 3rd, 2026. So,
Well, so maybe the date's wrong, it says January 9th.
well, yeah, he maybe had the letter date wrong, but
Yeah, he did just come last.
Either way, I think listing a potentially buildable lot for $11,000 is really ignorant. I'm not aware of any lots in town that are for sale for less than $24,000 at this time, so I think to do less than half of that it's not right, in my opinion. $11,000, if you're aware of any other land for $11,000 in town, let me know.
Well, I actually didn't read the report. All I know is they said it's a wetland, and you think there's one, and so I went to their state database, and there is a wetland, but it doesn't appear to be a whole lot.
in his comps, he's got one here for 10,000 in Holden.
Like you said.
He's got one for 9,900 in Hudson.
It's a hell of a listing.
39,000 in Surrey and 19,000 in,
All I'm saying is it's a potential house lot, we should list it like a house lot, and if nobody bites on it, it's fine, we can lower the price. I don't feel like we should be giving property away, it's not right.
That lot has a well and septic system on it.
Well, I
Because
couldn't
it was
find
a house
it.
on it.
So Debbie said that, and when I looked at the tax card, like there's no address associated, and I couldn't find any evidence of it having a well or a septic ever.
There used to be someone that lived on that lot.
There was a house there.
Yeah, I had relatives that lived
Yeah,
a long time ago.
yeah, that's, yeah.
But I'd recommend we list it at, say, $30,000, and if nobody bites on it, then we can drop the price. I mean, we haven't been any rush to collect the taxes in 7 years on this, so.
Did you, I think it's very good, did you look at the picture, the Ford one I sent?
I know exactly where this property is.
how big is it?
Well, it's 2.2, which is why I asked the question, but this is the one I was worried about. So, I would just, if there is a septic on it, that changes it. I couldn't find any evidence of it, but if not, you might get a soil test out there before you bump the price up. I don't know that really though from anybody.
I'd just say you list it like anything, like when you're doing a deal, you list it for a high price, and if nobody bites, you can always drop it. Like, I just feel like if you start with this, it's not right in my opinion.
I get behind that.
Do you have a motion you want to make?
I move that we list it for $30,000, which is probably a fair price for a house lot.
I'll second it.
Okay, all in favor? Very good. So we want to listen to 30,000.
And if it doesn't sell, we can drop the price next month, you know, there's no,
Yeah.
it's all good.
Thanks a lot, John. I had $11,000 check on me.
How much did we go for?
That's right, we have a bidding war for the night, so. Anything else, Al?
Just that the town office put a code enforcement page up, so all the applications are on there, and so is the complaint form. And we'll keep adding to it as time goes on. And then I just included my portion of the annual report, like I have done in previous years, and,
Okay.
yeah, and then my normal report's in there, but yeah, that's about it. Most of what I was prepared for tonight was the petition stuff, so.
Okay, so you'll check with the attorney, see if he's available next Thursday?
To the 19th.
Or what date he is available, you could do that.
And I'm not trying to be difficult on that, all I'm saying is we should move expeditiously.
So how does that work though? Let's say he is, then I'll email the town office.
Yeah.
She'll post it.
Right.
If he doesn't get back to me by tomorrow,
We'll just, when he is available, we'll see, what's the next night he has available?
okay, so you may
6
keep
o'clock.
pushing it and see when he's
Yeah.
available. Okay, that sounds good. I can do that. Okay. Anything else?
Anything else for Ally, because she's leaving?
Do we had any more movement on any of the ordinances for the planning board for the state?
Yeah, so for the LED stuff?
Yeah.
No, not at all. We kind of moved it off the shoreline zoning one, but then we had the application of planning board meeting, which stalled that. And then I kind of anticipate it'll come back next meeting. You know, we might, because we just got a new full-time member on the board, and then our alternate's been very active, which is great. We might consider scheduling some workshops, but that would be up to the planning board to do. I've got so many packets and information sheets about the state laws, like the state did come out with new rulemaking, which was what we were waiting for, so, yeah, we're primed to do it, it's just time, I guess. But it does need to happen, to your point.
And then the junkyard discussion and the ordinance, I know.
You kind of, you're right, took a pause, when we talked last time, I mean, in my opinion, we should take the one that everyone thought was too loose, I guess, and then the one that was too comprehensive and combine them, but I think I need direction, like, because the planning board kind of talked about it. Originally, it was going to be John, Trish, and I who were doing that, which is fine with me, and then it got discussed at planning board. I don't think it's productive for two groups to be doing it.
Well, we sent a draft to the planning board.
Yes, and then they had another draft, and they talked about it. What do you think, Bruce?
Regarding,
The trash ordinance.
there are major problems with everything that's been suggested to us.
So do we have all I'm saying, I'm the kind of guy that, take this in the right way, like, I don't like talking about stuff, I like to see things get done at some point, so do we have a plan to get this done at some point? Whether, if it's totally terrible, we need to throw it in the trash and start over. If we got that feedback, maybe we could make changes and try to get something else done.
Yeah, I think what happened is last time that I talked to you on the phone, I kind of got the impression that we're like, all right, let's focus on something else. But I'm 100% with you. We want to put together a draft and keep moving forward with it. I just need to know, A, do we want to keep moving forward, and B, which body am I working, which board am I working with?
We voted to send it to the planning board.
Yeah, and it, were you at that meeting? It didn't go super great. Because we had the state one, which was again too technical, it had stuff in there that the board felt wasn't conducive for Clifton, and then the other version, I think it was too broad. Was that the issue with that one?
Yeah, well, one of the common issues of both of them is the use of the term junk as justification to go after somebody on their property. There is no legal, I've been looking, there is no legal justification for the word junk anywhere that
Right.
makes any sense.
I think a few people on the planning board were thinking that things that are on their personal property would have been considered junk, which was not the intention of the ordinance when you and Trish wrote the draft. So,
But really, what we were getting at was like places like 40 Scott Point that are just, there's probably 2 rollaways of trash bags on the front lawn.
right.
So how do we address that as a town? I'm open to any suggestions from anybody, but it's not.
So the one thing that I thought about is, I mean, it's not an ordinance, but you guys could add it to your trash policy. Like in Florida, at my in-laws house, like your trash cans, for instance, have to be brought in by a certain time where you get a notice and then a fine. You could do something similar, not with the trash cans themselves, but with having trash bags or like waste made from your house in the yard. And you could do something like that where you find them if it's out there, which is different than an ordinance, which is about like property standards, that kind of thing.
I think if we go that strict, you're gonna have a full-time job.
Well, and it's more like, it wouldn't have to be complaint driven, so if 46 Scott Point or wherever it is has 20 bags of trash out there, you send them a notice, it's not cleaned up, then you start fighting them. So I don't know, yeah, I guess, I need direction on this, because to be honest with you, I put it on the back burner and focused on other things, because I'm not sure.
I think the bad thing though is we have been putting it on the back burner and we just haven't done nothing about it, so it doesn't make us look good, that's all.
Yeah, no, I understand.
I know, it's not your fault.
No, I understand.
It's our fault.
So who's running with it right now?
Sounds like nobody's running.
All right, I'm gonna make a suggestion as code enforcement.
Yes.
Planning board's got enough on their plate with this housing and shoreline zoning.
Yeah.
I recommend as code that John, Trish, and I continue to work on it. And that you as a board can present ordinances to the public without the planning board. Like, you have the authority to do
You
that.
okay with it, John?
Yeah, I'm not trying to be difficult, when we say we wanna do something, we gotta do it, and hold people accountable for not getting it done. And that includes me in this situation, it was on my plate and it's not done, so I feel like I need to move it forward and get it done.
Yeah, I understand.
I just think we have a hard enough time to get the people to pay the taxes, let alone trying to pay fines. I think it's gonna compound and we're gonna have more legal fees. It's gonna get worse, so we need to come up with something that's gonna be comparable for everybody.
No, and I agree, I'm not trying to be a neighborhood association, or HOA, but when you have a drug house that is covered in trash, and we do absolutely nothing about it, it's not right. It's
Both
not right.
extremes are not right, that's correct. So,
I would like to say, I agree with John in principle. The problem comes in practice.
yeah.
We are limited by state law, what it's going to cost the town, about the possibility of creating something that opens the town up to lawsuits. There's a lot more that goes into account when you're trying to do something at a municipal level.
Can't
And
put
it is, if it was a private business, you could say, this is it tomorrow.
But can't we put liens
Can't
on
do
places
that.
if we want to? We
Yeah,
can put,
they don't pay fines, yeah.
use the state law. We could use the state law and put municipal liens on a house that doesn't pay the fines.
And the state law, as written, would subject everybody in town to being fined.
Yeah, that's the reason I suggested Eddington's, because Eddington's has a line in there that I have to have as code a reason to act, whether that is like a rat infestation, a health issue, which you can use health as an issue over at Scott Point Road with like human trash from your residential trash. All right, we agree, John, Trish and I are gonna
Let's
continue
just
to
move
work on it.
forward with that.
Okay.
I don't know if we need a motion to make that happen, or just continue what we've already done,
Yeah,
really.
they put it in the minutes.
So we should be okay to continue that way, all right?
Yeah.
So you guys figure out when you're gonna meet, and hopefully it's expedient.
Then the question is gonna be, is it from what you see from the road, or is it, I mean, somebody puts a
We
drone?
drive by it every day.
Oh, I drive by it every day, so I know what he was talking about, for sure. You know,
I'm not talking about snooping around, I'm saying if it's visible from the road, I mean.
but all you gotta do is go across 180, you know, I mean,
So-
there's a lot more roads that got a lot more of that stuff on it. you
So
know.
we'll review that when we get some information. then,
Unfortunately, there's probably 20 places in town.
Yep.
You know?
John, you taking suggestions? This was my career for 32 years. If you guys want to get together and bounce ideas off me, I'm for it. I'm licensed to control this stuff, from landfills to power plants, you name it. So,
Yeah.
tipping fees, trash fees, all of it. You know, there is a better way. The municipality, the state law, there's a way to get around it. It's just, to be truthful and not to be rude, I would give my name, I'm not afraid to, but I cannot be on YouTube due to litigation, due to an NDA. So I can suggest,
Yeah.
No, I'm happy.
I will give some time up to do this.
I'll give you a call, 100%.
32 years doing it, this is rocket science,
I think you'd be a good resource for us.
so
Thank you.
I just can't litigate around this.
Thank you.
Brian?
Yeah, where we at with the junk vehicles? More than,
That's all part of this, I believe, isn't
Well,
it?
no, Brian, if you go online, so I got an email last week from someone with the address, they had photos, which you don't have to give me photos if I have an address, and it was very clear, and I sent them a letter. Like, I'm happy to do that if you give me an email or submit it online on the form.
didn't you go with John to look at these properties on Route 9?
No, he gave me a list of things when we were working on this.
Oh, he gave you the address?
Yeah, well, he gave me 20 addresses.
No, I gave you like 5.
To my point, okay, touche, I didn't mean that against John. To my point though, give me a list of addresses that I met with the board and explain the differences between what is trash, what is an automobile graveyard, what is a scrap metal junkyard,
No, we were talking about a junk graveyard. This property.
automobile graveyard, yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Okay.
And we talked about that 6, 7 months ago.
One more, huh? Okay, Joe.
Just because it sounds like Ally's leaving, if you tell me I'm out of order, that's fine. But the
No.
question I would have is, does the town's ordinance have specs to what the roads need to be for the town to take it over as a town road?
Yeah, yes, so hold on, let me confirm with you.
You've read the
It
whole
should,
page,
it should,
good for
yeah.
you.
I got it over here, give me 1 minute.
John, they don't follow that anyways.
So you cover that there's a private road and one.
It's on the agenda.
Oh,
Under new business, Springy Pond Road, we have a letter from a resident regarding the town taking over their road. So it's just on here.
okay, but yes, they would have to be brought up to standard, they don't have to be voted on after it was brought up to standard by the people for the town to take it over.
Do you know if the standard includes pavement?
I will find out for you in 2 seconds here.
Good question.
We got Bradbury Brook that needs to be done too. So we can go on and on and on.
That's the problem,
Yeah.
yeah.
No way.
It's an awful lot to take on a road.
So while he's doing that, do you want to go back to the agenda?
Cool. Administrative Assistant Report. The annual town report draft is there. The intent is to begin printing Friday, is what I heard, is that correct? So that's still waiting on a report to be submitted, but once we get to that, we will have town reports available soon.
I've skimmed through it really quickly. The only thing that jumped off the page to me so far was I'm trying to pull it up now, is the taxes. The past due tax information didn't add up to me. And I'll show you what page it was.
You mean the zero balances?
Nope, it's the, it's towards
What year?
the most current year. It was 20,
You want this copy, would that be easier?
it doesn't have page numbers. Oh, it does. Yeah, I'd recommend we do page numbers, actually, if that's okay, if that's easy enough.
Yeah, it prints with pages. It does.
It was the 2025 taxes. And at the very bottom, it says past due 175,000 roughly,
Okay,
57 maybe.
Okay.
And then it shows credits, like, so past due amount, 175,000, credits, so payments made of 16,000, and then the total, it doesn't net. Typically they net, so like
Yeah.
if I owe 1,000 and I make a $500 payment, my net owed is only 500. So something's not right with that.
Yeah, I'll have to pull, Debbie pulled that out of Trio. That makes sense. I'll look at it to see. Yeah, because the other one's due, so I'm not sure why.
Yep.
Yeah, maybe that last cell wasn't working or something. Yeah,
But-
thank you.
That was the only thing I've noticed so far, but I'll give it a good read probably tomorrow night.
Yep, that makes, I bet her, she had Excel sheets, so I bet that cell didn't carry over.
Yep.
Thank you.
But thanks for getting this out today, the updated copy. It was
Yeah,
super helpful.
it's coming along.
Yep.
Okay. Item 3 says,
Can I ask a question of you guys? Do
Sure.
you want in there the letter that came from the auditor as part of her auditor's report, or no?
I don't think it's on the state's website, but I don't think we're supposed to make it more public than it already is, I guess. You
Okay.
mean the management letter?
yeah, I don't
Yeah,
think so.
no, okay. Okay, sure.
I'd leave it out.
Okay.
Okay, I guess this is just informative. Number 3, it says 8 letters were sent out regarding outstanding balances on property taxes. Debbie's not here, so I don't know any more than what it says there.
Do you happen to know, are the ones with the check marks the one that letters went out on? Because it seems like that might be the case, but,
I don't know.
okay.
You still looking, Alan?
Yeah, we're going to listen in here over 380 times, but I think I have found it. We're close to it, but give me just one moment.
Yeah, I think this is super helpful if we could get this every month and just stay on it. And I think we've got the one listed, or we're about to hopefully. We've just got to stay on some of these other ones and just get them cleaned up. Or get them into, I mean, you know, you start making demand, you start, moving things along more quickly.
No? Some of them
You have
are
that?
longer than that, for sure.
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
Yeah, it's in Article 15. It's Article 15.5. Are you talking about roads?
Yep.
Yeah, 15.5.2. And then if you go to 15.5.2.2.5, it will give you like widths and grade, that kind of thing. Do you want me to print this for your discussion of the letter, or?
No, just answer the question of, does it need to be paved? Does it say that? Does it tell you?
Hold on. There'll be a lot of things.
No, because I think we'll probably follow, I can't say that, but
Minimum pavement width, yep.
we need more
20
information.
feet.
Huh?
Yep, it does. It does need to be paved.
Doesn't need to be paved.
Yep.
Prior to the town taking the road over.
Correct. Yeah, all the standards have to be met before the town can even vote on it, according to this.
Pretty slim to none, probably, then.
Yeah, that's pretty hefty.
It's over 2 miles of road.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, it's gonna be pretty slim to none.
Pretty hefty thing, but.
So no towns take care of the roads anymore?
That's a private
Okay.
road. That,
Then I think
so
you're done.
We have existing town roads.
Yeah,
that
so
are dirt.
if you
This
guys
is a
decide
dirt
you
road
want
that's
to, you
private.
write that down.
Road is
15.2
So,
or
so
call me
even
the
though the
number.
town may take care of their road, if it's to take on a
Refund.
private road, it
Thank you,
has
Ellen.
to.
You're welcome.
Yeah. And the intent was, we don't want to take on roads that are in disrepair. We
It'd
want
take more.
Plan on taking out the five.
Thank you.
Okay, right.
All right, number 4,
Yeah.
what we have is a Ed McDonald Safety Grant application. We need a motion to approve this. This is for a $3,000 grant for office furniture. Looking for approval to move forward with that, that's what it says here.
I'll make a motion that we move forward and approve it. So it's for the grant.
No, I'm totally supportive, but a lot of this is for like, not office equipment, like heated sidewalks and ice creepers, like.
These are the
I think you need
things for.
ergonomically adaptive equipment for the office. Ergonomic chairs,
Okay.
keyboards,
Yeah.
Yeah,
that sort of
I
thing.
think that's what Debbie was saying.
Okay.
There's like, the 3,000 that's out there, so we'd be foolish not to try to,
No, I
try
agree.
to get it, for sure.
You have to
Yeah.
submit even like items that you're looking for, like she even has to put in like a picture of like the desk and the price, like she has to put in like items with it.
That's a matching grant too, isn't it?
Under the slip trips and falls, I mean, the lighting would be better for out there, for sure. We don't really have good lighting. You know? Just a thought. I mean, if we could get a grant.
Yeah.
They only give you a percentage of your total.
So, it doesn't say that. I don't know what the, all the criteria on here is, it doesn't say a whole lot that way, but all she's asking is the authority to move forward.
It looks like it's gonna cost us $200 down at the bottom.
Yeah.
If we get 3,000, we have to pay 200.
Total cost of the request amount must be a minimum of $200.
Yeah.
So they don't want you buying just $50 worth of stuff.
Yeah.
So,
So what specific, is this for the new chairs that we talked about during budget? Is that the intent?
We give you chairs, desks, office furniture, yeah.
Okay.
office equipment.
I'll move it, or second it.
Second it?
All in favor? Okay.
3 to 1, it's an easy one.
I think number 5, mid-May vending. This is their invoice.
Didn't
For
we make
the-
a motion to get rid of it?
ATM. The issue with this is that there was a 5-year contract.
Who signed that contract? Because I didn't.
I didn't know.
Yeah, I don't remember signing it either. So we need more information on that. I assume she wanted to discuss that with us, but since she's not here, there's
I
no...
would definitely ask them to give us an executed contract so we can look at it.
Yeah.
I think the
Yeah, we
only
want to see
thing,
an executed one for sure.
the only thing that she saw or found was like on, and we need to be able to argue, on an invoice statement that was paid, and paying it, it says this,
Yeah,
you know,
that doesn't count.
continue. That's all that she found.
I'd be very surprised if we didn't even have an executed contract with Casella.
I'll call them tomorrow and tell them to come pick it up.
Yeah,
If you want me to.
yeah.
Do you have a phone number?
There's not one on the
Mid-May
invoice.
People
Yeah, the one
are,
for it.
people are still using it because they don't want to pay the 2.75% credit card fee. So
Yeah.
I've had people say no to that at the counter in the last week and a half and going to the ATM because their bank refunds their fees. So,
I agree, but I totally hear that, but we shouldn't be handling cash in a municipal office, in my opinion. That's just my opinion. I'm a risk guy. You can go to Trade Winds or Clifton Country Store, but we shouldn't be encouraging cash transactions, I don't think, personally.
If our credit card machine's working, I mean, for sure. I make a motion, John, you give them a call tomorrow, and they're out of Winterport, so I mean, it should be pretty easy to get the phone number.
There's no phone number here. If Debbie could give it to me, I'll call him.
If I can find one now.
probably on the invoice.
No.
It's not on the
It's not on the
invoice.
Oh,
That's
it's not.
weird.
I'll Google search it.
But, yeah, see what kind of contract he thinks he has with us. Because
Or ask
None
them
of us
to-
like
ask
it
them to
being
present
there.
the contract. Ask them to present the contract to us.
Yeah. Well, one, and say, we're done with this. We've got cut out of the budget, and the select board voted to get rid of it.
Because I know Debbie had that conversation with him, and that's what he had said back to her, and she found it listed on the invoice.
Yeah.
I just recall in some sort of conversation sometime that there was no fee to the town for us to have the ATM machine in the building.
no, it's $100 a month for the ATM.
Wow.
It's been-
Okay.
Misstatement. So, yeah, if I get a phone number, I'll call him. If not, we can wait till the next
Okay,
meeting.
we'll see what we
It
can
might
do.
be on the machine, right? Might be right on the machine.
We can look.
You guys are good with that, right? You voted to take it out.
I'm good with
I'm
it.
good with it.
John, they're right online.
Penobscot County Commissioners Letter, Tax Assessment for 2026, informational, so
I'm
that's
sending
in
it
your
to you, John.
packet.
Do we have someone second that motion for you to have him call and get rid of it?
I'll second it. And all in favor? I think we are right there. So that it's just informational, the Penobscot County Commissioner's letter, tax assessment. No questions?
It's
on it?
actually lower than I thought it was gonna be,
Yeah.
by a little bit. So,
Number 7 says government windows update. We're all set up through government windows. The only hitch is motor vehicle online processing. Government Windows does not integrate with the state of Maine site, so the motor vehicles can be processed in the office. Debbie's been in contact with InforMeClifton to get the motor vehicle link set up, so that's in process still. So that's related to the credit card use and wanting to be able to register vehicles without having to come into the office, I assume, is what that has to do with. The initial, my conversation with Debbie, initially her understanding from her conversation with the representative from Government Windows was that they would handle motor vehicle, and so she has since found out that they do not handle that.
isn't that like a Trio product?
I don't know.
No?
What it is free, and typically anything free doesn't do much, so I think,
You can pay taxes online, that's set up, property taxes, but they don't,
oh, she wrote me notes.
they don't link to the motor vehicle,
that I
you have to
can-
have the information.
Got it.
And so we're waiting on,
That's just different.
but that does have to be, and that's why we went with government windows,
Like number
and they
7,
let
she
her
wrote me
believe
that.
that they could do all the online stuff, but in
Which is what I
fact they
just
can't
read.
do.
Can I ask a question?
Sure.
So have you guys taken training with Government Window or with Harris Computer?
A little, very brief with government windows, yeah.
With who?
Government windows had a small,
Okay, so that's where the problem is. And Becky can clarify. You guys have not implemented Trio Web. That's why you can't register cars online.
Well,
we're using
we'll have a look at that.
Trio Web is what we needed. There should have been a printout of what Becky got to do online registrations, you can do ATV registrations, you can do boat registration, and Government Window takes care of taxes. InforMe does the motor vehicle. And that was all in that $10,000 package. And that $10,000 didn't get added to Article 5.
She's in contact with InfoMe, so it's still, that's all I know. She's not here, so I can't answer
So
for
you
her.
still don't have a signed contract with
I don't know.
Harris,
I do not know.
because that would have been the first step.
I do not know.
So just going back to my earlier conversation, and again, I'm not trying to be difficult. Do we have a target date to get this done now, roughly?
I do not know.
The second part? No?
she's waiting on she has reached out to InforMeClifton and she's waiting for them to get her a time to, she's waiting on information on everything, but that's all I know as far as where it's at for that part.
So, we don't know, maybe, yeah, okay. Next month. We'll just touch on it next meeting, when she's here. But I think we've got to get a target date to get this done.
It's working 100%.
Yeah, so in the office, we can take them now, which is good.
Yeah,
So that's good.
yeah,
But you got to get this
yeah,
across the 1 yard
Yeah.
line.
It seems like an awful long process, I
Yeah.
agree,
yeah.
but
And it's not
It is
perfect.
close.
I mean, we tried to take our second credit card and the whole system froze up last week. So, I mean, and then we were down for a day and a half, you know. But that's just software.
So is stuff back up now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but I'm just saying,
They
it's
give you a hard
not perfect, yeah, that's what I'm saying, there's still gonna be.
Can I add one more thing?
yes.
So, if you go back to Becky's paperwork, call Harris and get the web version of Trio. Harris will converse with InforMe and Government Window because they both interact with Trio. But you've got to have that web version.
We
All
have,
you're doing now
we
is
have the web.
tax payments.
We have the web version of Trio. We're using that new system in the office on the computers. We just don't have the InforMe connected yet.
But it's not being hosted by Trio,
Okay.
Yes,
which may be a problem
It-
with
it is.
registering cars.
Oh, you mean our server's not being hosted by Trio? That's the
No,
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll figure it out, Cindy, we'll figure it out. It's okay. Thank you.
Would it be worth maybe asking them to come to our next meeting? Would that be helpful, just to get a status update?
They must have a representative that sells this stuff.
Trio?
Yeah, there's gonna be somebody that can come.
They're
Yeah,
awful hard
someone
just to get
came
a
from,
hold of.
there's a Bangor office. They came for the implementation day of Trio Web.
That's a good idea. At least that way they can tell us what we're doing wrong.
Well, exactly. It's a throat to choke for us, not for the minutes, right? But like, ask them, like, hey guys, like, come on, help us out. You know, we've been trying to do this for over a year. You know, we've got to help our own staff and get this done. You know?
I'm behind that.
Okay, get it in the note. Warrants for February. We have,
Do we have, so again,
this is just so that we would approve ones that have already been signed off, although only 2 of us have signed a few of them.
Yeah, that's been signed. I've been in.
so the payroll ones are good.
They're all up right now. There's at least 3 signatures, most of them now.
Yeah. All these ones that,
Yeah, but now, that was earlier.
So I know we talked about trying to bring them here, and I know she's not here today, but, like, there's no support for the AP check register, right? Like, so we're just kind of signing off stuff and not looking at it.
well, I don't see the signatures here, but I know,
You'd have to, there is a packet in our office that you can look at.
but I think these are the ones that have had 3 signatures. But I don't know.
I actually think we're looking at it.
So you want to wait on the AP one? Is it?
I'm good with the payroll. I'll go along with the AP stuff, but it just seems like we're voting to approve things and there's just names and numbers, there's no support, so.
Yeah, well, yeah, we've been in the office, the 3 of us that have signed off, well, she didn't give us a copy of the signature on this one, but
No, we've
I reviewed all of this.
and not to relitigate it, but I've asked for a key to the office, you all say no. I
Yeah,
asked to
we're
go
not,
in there.
we're not going
We
there.
don't want,
We don't,
I'm not supposed to be in the office, I'm trying to sign these and I can't review them.
you can be in the office, you were in the office recently, I understand.
When?
I don't know. I don't know where I just heard you were in. I don't know.
I'm just trying to do my job and it's really, really difficult, that's all.
Well, I make a motion that we accept these warrants.
I'll second it. Only because I've been too early in the
Yeah. All in favor? Opposed?
I'll just abstain, there's no support to make a
Abstain.
decision on.
Okay. 1 abstention. Okay, town clerk. There's a bunch of reports. The annual town election is May 24th. Open 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Absentee ballots are available now if anybody's interested in that. Then we have other miscellaneous reports or not. I don't know if there's anything that you need to discuss here, but if there is, you can.
Tricia's not here, so she can't go over the efficiency there.
She wasn't at the last meeting.
She wasn't at the last meeting.
No, neither was our school board member.
Anything good come out about it?
No. I think they're moving pretty slowly and I don't think they're efficient. I don't think they're very efficient.
There we go.
That's just my opinion, but.
All right, new business.
Can we go, just before we go on to that,
Sure.
There's a couple things on the old business that weren't here, I just wanted to check in on, and we may not know, but, no particular order. Insurance, I asked for a copy of insurance policies, and I've never seen them. I've asked multiple times on the board, and I've never seen any insurance policies here. So, I don't know. So,
We're gonna have to ask again. I'll put it down here though. My notes first.
and then just on the TIF, the Pisgah TIF, and maybe we're gonna talk about that in the assessor referral, but I guess we could wait till then. I just didn't know if we've heard anything. I haven't heard anything on that. I assume they would have gone to the state
On what? I'm sorry.
for the Pisgah abatement request.
Oh, I've not heard anything.
Okay. It's a big number, that's all.
There's some rumblings, but I haven't heard anything.
Sometimes it takes a long time for the wheel to go around.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then the only other thing was on the second bins. I think Debbie had mentioned that there was an ability to get a list of who actually has them and if they're being picked up, so we could try to manage that cost. And I didn't know if we could get that added going forward, just to see how much money we're spending, and two, to see if the people that have actually taken them and we're incurring the cost on are actually using them. Because if they're
I don't know
not,
if you could tell that.
Okay.
I mean, I have the list of who made the second bin requests and who has them, but I don't think that, I mean, it's just the tipping fee, so I don't know if there's if
Casella does film everything.
they made it sound like they could tell
Oh.
just with their arm, like how they were actually
That's
getting
why I
picked
asked them the question, that they know who's got the second ones.
up. Right.
Yeah, we have a list in the office.
I'd just be curious to see if people that are costing the town money are actually using them.
Well, we know there's some people that's not using them.
Right.
People drive by and see it.
Right. That's what I'm
Honestly.
I know.
And the bad things are there too.
That's what I'm saying. I know people are abusing the system, and I'm not trying to be the police, but I'm trying to do a good thing. And I think there's people that took them out on purpose and aren't even using them. So,
Yes.
Can we put a letter to all the people that thought they needed to? Because I know my neighbor got an extra one, he doesn't need it, he didn't think, he wasn't sure. He wasn't sure of the size, capacity, and now that he knows, he only uses one. So could we put a letter out to them and ask them if they have decided that they don't need the extra? And that we could actually come and get them for Casella and get that taken off our bill, if they knew how much they were paying?
that's what I'm getting at.
Yeah, I know my neighbor doesn't use his, but that's only one of, you know, how many hundreds, I don't know. He would be glad to
42
give
last
his
night.
up.
How many?
One second.
Second bins? It's around there. It's in the low 40s.
I mean, we could easily draft a letter and just say, now that we're X months in, if you feel like you're not using your second
Yes.
bin, can you please contact us so
Yeah,
we
I
can.
know, as I've been out and about, I know there's a few people that's got them, it says they only have to haul them out to the road about once a month. Single people.
Yeah.
I've been told that, and they're like,
Those things are big.
why are they so big?
Yeah.
You know, and it's like, yeah.
It's easier for the truck. That's the only reason they make them.
Okay, I'm good.
But most of the people, I think the veterans over,
Yeah, I just think the thought process behind doing this in the first place and offering a second bin was for the people that truly need it. And now that, like as Anne Marie said, we talked about, if it's baked in and folks aren't using it, like, come on.
So do we want to make a motion to draft a letter to?
I make a motion to draft a letter.
Yeah, I'll second that.
Yeah, that's
All in
easy.
favor? Sure.
Can you make sure you put it in there, like, how much it is costing the towns, just so people may not know that
I
it's.
mean, it's
Right,
$5 a
make
week.
sure they know the cost incurred for when they have the second bin, annually.
I mean, I would pay for it, you know,
Yeah.
for me.
Okay, I'm good, thank you. Sorry for really.
Yeah, we have other old business, but the new business was this letter from Springy Pond Road residents that we're talking about that wants to, I guess, it's requesting that the town take over the Springy Pond Road.
So I'll start. I have a conflict technically because I own a bunch of land on Springy Pond and I would benefit from this, but I'm totally against this. I think it's 2 miles of road. We can't even take care of some of the roads that we have right now. I think this is a non-starter and we should just respectfully tell them, look, you live on a private road, The town's got a lot of other things going on right now. We're just not gonna entertain taking a new town road at this time and just be done with it. That's what I'd say, respectfully.
Well, based on, well, and you'd have to recuse yourself, so I can't really.
I'll recuse myself, but I think it's
No, I mean,
I would benefit from it, but I think it's not.
But we can't vote on it anyway, so.
No, I think for
That's
the
all I'm
town,
saying.
for the town as a whole, this is a terrible idea.
But how much revenue are they getting off the lake out there? I mean, I know that the lakefront's paying the price, for sure. As far as high taxes.
Well, right, so we're gonna pave 2 miles of road for a bunch of
I'm
camps?
not saying that right there.
I
I'm just
totally
saying,
don't support that.
I mean, I don't go either way on it. I don't live out there.
I think what we need to do is table this. And,
Why?
well,
I'll recuse myself, but you guys can vote it down unless you support it.
but there's only 2 of us then to vote, so that's not enough. That's what I'm saying,
You have a
so.
quorum. You have a quorum.
Once you refuse yourself, you go over.
Yeah.
You're gonna vote no anyway, so.
Can we just make a motion just to kick the can down the road, but
No, I just tell them no, make a decision.
You know,
Just say the words.
you know something, if it ever came to fruition and this town did accept it, it'd be a mess. There's 3, 4 businesses down there. The truck traffic on that would be destroying those roads. And every 2 years, you'd be repaving that road.
Very good.
I think we could make a decision. I think we're all in agreement, John. I just don't know that we can legally make a decision.
3 of us
I'm
can.
voting against my own self-interest for the benefit of the town.
Didn't the ordinance already state that the people that are on the private road would have to bring it up to town code anyway?
Correct.
I would just state the letter that if you want the town to take it
We
over,
can
that
reply
has to
in
be
that
brought
way.
up
That's
to
right.
town code and leave it at that.
But why give them false hope?
Yeah.
Yeah. So they come up with $4 or $5 million it takes to make a new road down there, and then the town owns it.
Yep.
And they're gonna be fixing it every year.
Well, it would be up to the citizens to vote whether they want to accept it or not. It's not up to the,
But we're supposed, again, this goes back, we're
No, I
supposed to
mean,
be the
if-
leaders making this, like.
and if we agree that we should take over the road, it has to go out to the citizens, is all I'm saying, in a vote to accept it, is my understanding. Yeah. Question? Yes.
I am a Spring Pond resident.
Welcome.
And my perspective on it is, I kind of agree with
Yeah.
John there, because not only is it the town of Clifton, but it's also the town of Otis, right? And you have 2 counties. And
Correct.
so you guys pave your part of the road, that leaves, I'm also on the board of the road association, that's why I came here tonight. That leaves the whole, another 3 miles, all the way out to Flood's Pond Road, that is
A mess.
it's a mess. I agree. But of course, the road association only maintains up to the last property on the lake itself. So it just, to me, it doesn't make sense to pave half the road.
Certainly not.
So that's my 2 cents. And I know the person that did write the letters not here tonight.
And I get it, like, I'd want my road paved too.
We
I live on
had
a
a
state
couple
highway.
of, yeah, we had a couple of accidents this winter.
John,
I think that's
I'll
what
make a
brought
motion
it.
to pass over it.
Yeah.
Pass over it or just tell them
No,
no?
if you pass over it, it's gone.
Well, we should just write a letter and say no, and here's why, right?
Well, that's what we'll do, yes. But I'll second that, and at least we move on.
That way it's not coming back up.
All in favor? So we pass over.
There you go.
Well, what does Passover mean?
You don't vote on it, it's done.
I want to change my vote. I say vote no. I end it, like, no, we're not having this discussion ever. Or at least not anytime soon.
It'd have to come up again, they'd have to put it, bring it back around again. We passed over it.
We just
So
passed.
I'll vote no on that motion then.
So you vote for it, you don't.
I don't want to pass over, I want to make a decision.
All right.
Well, I think that's.
No, but that means we got rid of it. So it means it's
No,
gone.
we didn't make a decision.
Oh, we did.
Because
The decision is to not make a decision.
Made a decision just to pass over it, and we're not gonna, it'll be gone.
I think that means the decision is they're not taking it under consideration, so they'd have to submit the request again. Isn't that what that means?
I don't support that, so what's your pleasure? I don't wanna pass over this
We
under.
want it to go away, but Lee and I are not enough to vote for it to go away.
We need your vote too.
We would need your vote. You should technically recuse yourself.
So would Lee amend his motion to say we're gonna tell them no?
All right, I can do that. We'll amend what I said.
Okay.
We'll tell them no. Tell them we're gonna go by what the ordinance says, and they bring it up, if they bring it, and they tire it, and you get it up to where it's gonna be like the main road out here,
Then you,
the
they
town,
can put the
the
request.
town will put it out to a vote, to see if they want to accept it.
No, I still don't support that.
No, but you know what I'm saying, though?
That's the process.
Yeah.
All right. Enough. We've done it. Let's just.
No, I'm not even clear what we're voting on, Dennis.
You voted no on a passover. That's what the motion was. That's what was passed by Lee and I. So,
I'll recuse myself then, because
okay,
I'm gonna get nailed on a conflict. I'm not trying to have a conflict.
okay.
You should say no if you want, and be honest about it, rather than not making a decision.
Can't you all just say no?
We're not making a decision beyond Passover. We've done that. Okay,
So you don't, so
we're done.
We already voted, we're
We
done.
voted. We're done.
I wanna
We're
change
moving
my
on.
vote. I can't vote no on it. Now it looks like I supported to keep this alive.
Now you
Put it down and
yeah, but now
sustain
you're
that.
so
I don't care.
wishy-washy back and forth with you. You know what I mean? It's done.
Okay, under old business,
Time. So what's the recorded vote
I
there?
don't know.
Okay, I don't either.
the recorded vote was a passover. Lee and I were in favor,
Keep deferring it.
and John has asked that his be what?
I gotta be careful how I word this, because the minutes are gonna be used against me as they are all the time.
They shouldn't be.
So, they are though.
Yeah, but they should.
So, I'll make it clear for the video, I do not support taking the Springy Pond Road as part of the town. I think we should vote no right now. I do not think we should punt this or pass over it. I think we should say no.
Okay. Good. I think we should be good. I don't believe we can.
You want me to back up and pull back what I...
Yes, say, can I make a motion?
Yeah.
I move that we write the residents of Springy Pond a letter that says, no, the
First,
town
you're
will
gonna abolish
not.
what I did first.
You said pass over.
Yeah, but that's right, so we're gonna get rid of what I said,
Yeah.
pull it back.
You say, we're gonna tell them no.
Now John can go.
You can tell them whatever you wanna tell them, but as long as we're telling them no, we're not passing over.
We're gonna tell him no, like John said, and John made the motion, I'll second it, and let's vote on it.
All in favor?
Yes.
There you go.
Fine. Just trying to do it legally, correctly. I don't care how you do that. Okay,
Wait a minute, I'm gonna hand out.
hand up, yes, Bruce.
I'd like to say one thing. See, I remember being at a lot of town meetings in the late 50s, early 60s, when I was still very young. And one of the things that kept coming up back then was taking over these private roads as town roads. And if you take a look at a lot of what the town has spent over the last few years, it has to do with the fact that back then the excuse given was there are people living on this road and they're paying taxes for their property taxes and they're not getting anything. So they kept taking over these roads. I remember the Cutchin Road, I remember Mill Lane, McLaughlin Road. The town kept voting to take them on just to be the nice guy. It has cost us dearly because those roads were not up to any kind of standard. They were basically just paths through the woods that had a little bit of gravel on them. That's all. And I'm with John. I'm totally against taking
Yep.
it.
Me too. Okay, the procurement policy table from last meeting for the March meeting. I tried to email it to you, I don't know if you guys received it, because I think.
Yeah, we
Did you?
received it.
Okay. So,
I thought this was much better. I still would rather have 5,000 than 10,000, but I could probably get there on that.
It's still better than what we had, for sure, this last one.
Yeah, definitely. Then there's a couple of typos, like you referenced 50,000, I'm trying to pull it up, there was 50,000
I tried to highlight the things I changed.
in the header.
Oh, I didn't change that, did I? That should have been, that was the old one that we had.
Yep.
I did fix that.
So I guess with that change, I'd be supportive of this with the caveat that I think really, as we talked about, in a month or two, we're gonna have a totally new board that should be looking at this stuff anyway, but.
Yeah, this is just a policy that we can change at any time as well, but it gives guidelines for the office on what they can do and what we should do, whether it's a lot of money or a little money. Just makes it clear.
No, I thought this was much better than the last version. So with that change to 10, make sure it's 10
Yes.
everywhere instead of 50,
Yeah.
I'll move it, knowing that we're gonna touch it again at some point anyway.
I'll second it.
Okay, all in favor? Okay, so policy on procurement passes.
I'm moving forward.
We're moving forward. So we have a revised solid waste collection contract that was tabled from the February 11th meeting.
It looks like they actually, at the last meeting, we talked about trying to get the escalator down from 4% to 2.5%. Looks like they agreed to that. Is that accurate?
I think it's pretty close. I know Debbie talked to me.
They had an annual increase of 4%. And I think we asked at the last meeting to see if they'd go down to like 2.5. It looks like they agreed to that.
Oh, I haven't seen it.
I know Debbie was here. With Adam.
I'm good with that. I'll sign it. They made that
So
change.
we need a motion to approve, and then we can sign if we do. Right?
Motion?
Motion first?
I'm running out of moves. I'll move it.
I'll second it.
All in favor? Okay, so we can sign this then.
Oh,
Dennis, quickly, did the town make a decision on cleanup day if they're going to try to implement the system that Eddington uses?
That is what we're trying, yes, that is what we intend to do.
Okay,
that's the
That was-
intention.
yeah,
That's
June
what we're working on.
6th, is that the day? June 6th.
okay, yeah.
Okay. All right, and then this is the assessor referral search table from January meeting. What is
That's the Pisgah Mountain abatement.
That's me.
this that we need to sign? No, we're not.
At the last meeting, I think Cindy had said she was gonna reach out to somebody.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, okay, Cindy?
All right, so
What you got?
I contacted Josh Reagan. His company can do 1, 2, or both. They can do either a full assessment of the wind turbines, or they can do a commercial appraisal. I'm gonna explain the difference. The assessment is what Mark does. But, if he does an assessment now for wind turbines that are 10 years old, may not even come in to what that, what would depreciation schedule that was mentioned that he was going by. Because that, I'm assuming, is based on the cost brand new, which, but if you do an assessment based on towers that are out of date, it may not come in that high. The commercial appraisal, you would need if, because you didn't do their abatement, and it's now gone to the state. I don't know if you guys have any knowledge on how that all works, that abatement process through the state when you deny that.
I personally don't.
No.
Okay, so what's gonna happen, they're gonna send that to the state for an appeal. It's just like the town going to court. There's a board down there that this will go to, and they will turn around and, the town will have to go and fight that their number is correct, and then Pisco will fight that they want the lower number. They're both doable. I just think that you guys need to make a decision what you want to do. I want to explain a couple of things first, before you make a decision. In that abatement application, has anybody read it? Was they asking for a number to be changed back? Because I'm going to give you this. There was a huge error that Josh brought to my attention in the reevaluation of Pisgah. Pisgah's taxes went up 80%. Silver Maples went up 11%. There's a huge error there. So chances are that that's going to go to Augusta and they're going to grant their abatement. To save the town a lot of money, my recommendation is, after speaking with Josh and he agreed, that you should back up, contact Pisgah, give them their abatement. Go back to the depreciation schedule that you were using, because that's going to be your better number to assess them by. And fix the records. But their assessment went up 80%. That's a huge error.
That's big, yeah.
It's a huge error.
I wouldn't like it.
No.
80%.
Not when they did two bills, one went up 11% and one went up 80%.
Yep.
But, I mean, that's my recommendation, is to contact them, give them their abatement, change the number back, and keep going forward.
Can I just ask a quick question, just to make sure I know what we're talking about with the two bills? Are you saying that the Silver Maple, the newer set of turbines and the other station, whatever the heck it's called, I can't think of it right now.
Substation.
The substation, that one, the newer one went up 11%, and the one that's 10 years old
Went up
with
80%.
obsolete turbines and 10 years of depreciation went up 80%. That's what he's saying?
You just look, this is Pisgah, this is Silver Maple,
Okay?
this is 24 and 25.
Yeah,
See where they're,
yeah. Let's see.
and over here, theirs only went up 11%.
Okay.
That was his recommendation to save the town some money, because when you,
So, but saying that though, what does that change, what is that gonna change on the town, on the residents? I mean, what are they gonna see for a difference? I guess I would say, as far as, what is that gonna
Is
change?
she an expert in this field? Why is she doing this?
No, we asked her to do it, Steve. We asked her to get some information for us.
I guess I'm asking is, how is that gonna affect the townspeople?
Yeah.
I mean, they're the ones that have to look, I mean, we all drive by it, we all see it for sure, you know? But how is it gonna change everything? I guess is what I'm saying.
Yeah, we need some
Because I
information.
mean, right now, I guess what I mean is that gonna change the tip at all?
no, you're just going back to what Mark was using before.
So that's not gonna
It's gonna
affect,
save them a
no
lot
matter
of
how we
money.
do that, it's not gonna affect the tip?
No,
TIF's going down every year.
Yeah.
Getting less every year.
that's That's what they use, is that depreciation schedule.
Okay. So we need to get some information on this then. So this assessor referral search that we tabled, we've got some information. We'll have to review it. And we'll continue the old business, I think. We're gonna look at this. Runs by Mark and
Can we get Mark at the next meeting?
that's probably good.
I mean, I'm not,
You got Mark on video saying he doesn't know anything about this.
we do have one video saying that. I agree. But I mean, that's,
It's you guys that gotta make the decision. You denied the abatement, and you know, if you denied it, it's gonna go down there, you're gonna have to hire a lawyer. Mark's gonna go down there and have to defend his number
Yep.
with an attorney. And that's gonna be costly to the taxpayers.
oh yeah, no, it's
And they're
definitely a
gonna get
burden
their
both
abatement
ways.
with that much of a discrepancy.
Wouldn't you want to get it assessed by someone else again first to qualify the change in numbers? So just to, before you just gave the abatement away, wouldn't you want to have it reassessed for a proper number before you just made that decision to
Well, I just
grant
wanna know
it?
why he did.
Yeah, but being 10 years down the road, there's a 70%
Well, I'm not-
chance the assessment's gonna come in lower than that depreciation.
Well, I'm not arguing with that, but we probably should get verification on what we should be assessed at. If we think Mark's number is so wrong, we probably should spend the money to get a right
Yeah,
number, what it
this-
should be at.
Exactly.
We need to ask Mark. I think, we'll see. So let's just table it again.
John, what do you got?
Well, I was just gonna say to this conversation that was just going on, I don't believe any of the three projects, because it's actually three projects, there's towers again, and then a substation. I don't believe any of them have ever been assessed. They're based on the developer giving the town what the cost was new with a depreciation schedule.
Okay.
And that's typically how this is done, not with homes, not with houses, not with camps,
Yeah,
but with commercial, that's typically how it's done.
okay.
So, to get either one of what Cindy's suggesting, a commercial appraisal or an assessment, it's gonna be very expensive also. Did you get a quote, Cindy?
No, he wanted to find out which one or both that was gonna be needed. But that's what he brought to my attention when I spoke to
Can
him.
I ask Bill something?
Yeah.
Bill, you was involved in a lot of this. What would your response be to that?
I would agree immediately to what Cindy is recommending, because the assessment could come in, if we fought it, it could come in even lower
Yeah,
than what they asked for.
yeah. That's what I was thinking. But I think it could cost us money if we kick the can down the road on this one, for sure, especially if it starts getting into the attorneys and stuff, you know?
I would certainly bring Mark in to, get his.
I don't think, we need more information on why the numbers are what they are and what they should be.
So Mark did the assessment on 80%, the difference?
Yeah, but Mark come out and told us he didn't know nothing about windmills.
Yeah.
John's right, he said that right on camera, so.
3 times.
He's been basing his assessment on the depreciation schedule that they gave him.
And that's why-
He's been using their numbers.
So we need to have somebody that knows what has done this.
Should be more than just two of us voting on it, too.
That's right, that's why.
I don't think there's enough of us to make a vote.
We may be having a meeting next week, we'll see. See what we can find out between now and then.
Thank you, Cindy.
Yep.
You're welcome.
Okay.
So
Next
what are we
is,
gonna do? What's the plan?
what we're gonna do is get more information.
Should be more than just two of us voting on it, too.
Yeah.
I mean, John took himself out, so you only got two of us here voting.
Yeah.
That's probably not a fair assessment for a board.
So, we'll see. We'll bring that up next week, maybe, if we can get some information figured out.
Yeah.
You guys speak up, I can't even hear.
Moving on. Roads. They've been posted. There's nothing to say beyond that. Roads are all posted. You probably all
Roads are all posted, they all got the orange signs on them, we did that last Saturday. Hopefully we can take them off soon, as soon as the frost is out.
Hopefully soon.
Yeah. Hopefully it's gonna be a good spring for us.
Do we have a schedule, a timeline roughly for when we're gonna line up work to finish the Chico Road?
The first, I think, is the vote to approve it.
Yep, March 24th,
Yeah.
and then, the spring mud season, are we gonna try to get stuff lined up to get this put to bed in late May, early June, or?
As quick as it's voted on and frost is out, and, yeah, I wanna see us get it done, as long as it gets passed, sure.
Right, I just think we should probably come up with a timeline, a schedule, an estimate to make sure that it gets done, gets started on time and finished on time, and then it gets put to bed.
Great.
So do we want
By
to,
the next meeting we have. But I mean, it could be a whole new board sitting here too.
we should get it scheduled now is all I'm saying. I mean, or not, just wait.
Well, we had it scheduled before, and then it got turned down, so I really would hesitate to schedule it before it's approved myself.
And as you can see, the price of gas is going up, so it means we're gonna end up having to get a new estimate on hot top, so.
Yep.
I mean,
To be fair.
it's only 2 weeks, a couple weeks.
So we're not gonna do anything until April? Yeah. Okay. Okay.
So, the only other thing here, it says workshops, new central voter registration training for all employees. This will take place on a Monday, so it won't affect office hours. March 16, the town clerk needs to be available for the last day for petitions to be certified. March 23rd, workshop 8 to 12. March 30th, 1 to 5. I don't know what those are, but
There are training dates.
those are what? Training dates. that you
They have a
yeah.
new central voter registration system they're launching, they stated, so we have to train on it for 8 hours.
Great. No upcoming events. Okay.
Not to be Columbo, I have two more things. Follow-ups, I almost forgot about. So one, candidates night is probably too late now, but do we want to try to do something like that for the folks running? We've got, 6 candidates running? It's always a good thing to do. I know we're running out of time, but could we try to do something next week? I know it's short notice. I don't know if it's something we want to do.
I thought there was something always the candidates did themselves. I didn't know that. I mean, the space is available, but I would assume
I'm also either way.
as long as somebody can be here to let them in, if it's not, it's in the
I don't
evening.
think the question has come to the office by anyone.
I just think we should do something. Every other town does it. We like to keep everything, we do things the Clifton way, which is fine, but I don't know why we wouldn't try to have those 6 people do something.
We did it last time.
Yeah, last year we did it.
And last year and the year before, but the year I ran 3 years ago, we didn't have one. I don't know before that.
If we're gonna have that extra meeting about
It's a really good
on
idea.
the 18th, or can we tag them together? If we're having a meeting anyway, which we probably will, either next Wednesday or Thursday.
I like that.
For the lawyer. So can we invite them all then?
Sure, we can. I will see what. Yes.
I asked Debbie about it last week, being one of the candidates, and her response to me was she was gonna bring it up to you for you to make a decision.
Is that an email?
It was a verbal speaking to her.
So I'd say we vote on it now and we try to do it in conjunction with the next meeting next week. I think it'd be a good thing. Get the notice out to all the candidates tomorrow if possible.
If we're having, at our next meeting, whenever it is then, because we don't know that the attorney is available next week, so we don't have a firm date yet.
Attorneys, when there's money involved, those attorneys will make time for us.
Yeah.
Well,
Well, how many candidates do we have in the room right now?
Got 1, 2,
Oh, that's not here.
4.
Because
It's 4 of
one
them.
here.
We already got 4 here. Anyone can't make it? No.
Okay.
There we go. There's at least 4 that can make it.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
yeah,
Oh, I won't be there.
I'm not.
I'm not going. I'm not interested in that. And after tonight, I'll explain to you why, when I get my public comment. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Which is,
All right.
which is where we are if you're done.
So I'll make a motion that we put the word out and we hold a candidate forum as a town in conjunction with the next meeting next week.
Like, that'll be 6 o'clock.
Yes, I'll second that. All in favor? You're a candidate.
I said, I can't really vote on it. Put my hand up. I mean, I can't vote.
Okay.
So, public,
Sorry.
one more thing.
One more thing.
Sorry.
All right, we talked about an event for the 250 United States birthday. I don't know if there's been any movement on that at all, but I know a couple people from the Historical Society reached out to me. It said they'd be willing to host it on their property. I think the Braggs have a big field out back that they would get mowed and potentially use, so I don't know who we assign to this. Again, like some earlier comments, like I hate to see things just die on the vine, so I don't know, do we want to put the word out and see if we could get some community volunteers?
I'll volunteer.
Just make it happen, you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
that's what it takes. It takes people.
Yeah.
So sure.
So do you want me to, because if, put it in my desk, I'll try to make it happen, I don't know.
I'll work with you.
It requires someone to oversee and to make it happen. If you're willing to do that, I certainly,
You're gonna volunteer?
I'll make a motion that you try to get the folks that get together, John, get together a committee to make something happen for July 4th this year or for the 250th anniversary. Doesn't have to be. So,
Perfect. All right, I think there's 2 hands in the
Second.
audience already.
Second, all in favor?
I'll probably be busy that day, because I don't, unfortunately.
It's not gonna be on the 4th itself, it might be like a week before or something.
Oh, yeah, that would, I mean, you're gonna have to have it on the birthday though, right?
Somewhere around there.
Not necessarily.
Whatever works best. Yeah.
I know the 4th.
It'll be a great thing to do.